What's up, people? I'm 2.0 here to bring you a special holiday edition of This Is. Unfortunately, I don't have anything prepared, but I have a friend who I think has an idea of something I can do. So Konata, what was it you wanted me to review this week?
The disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, of course, baka.
Well, there was no need to be rude about it, because it is Christmas, but what is a better choice than that? Seriously. So, better get your seatbelts ready because we are about to take a dive into the abnormal and weird as we investigate the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. Now, before we begin the review of the movie, I think we need a little background on the series of Haruhi Suzumiya. So, frog in my throat. Haruhi Suzumiya follows Kyon, an average high school student from North High who meets a strange female student named Haruhi Suzumiya. Haruhi is the enigma wrapped in a conundrum. She is very athletic and also talented at almost everything she does, but all that is eclipsed by the fact that she is a little on the insane side. She changes her hair every day, as well as the ribbon color, and only wants to talk to you if you're an alien, time traveler, or an Esper. She befriends Kyon by force, and makes her join the club known as the SOS Brigade, with other members named Yuki Nagato, Mikuru Asahina, and Itsuki Koizumi. Now, just to add a spanner to the works, Kyon finds out that the universe revolves around Haruhi Suzumiya, and if she gets bored, she can destroy and reboot reality. Also, Nagato's an alien, Mikuru's a time traveler, and you guessed it, Itsuki's an Esper. But another kicker to that, Haruhi isn't allowed to find out. And that brings us to current day.
Off the tracks.
The story begins on a day like any other day, apart from it being 8 days from Christmas. And the SOS Brigade is having their usual meeting after school in the club room, where they decide to have the SOS Brigade Christmas party. Little did anybody know that things were going to get really weird really fast, because in the blink of an eye, Kyon is transported to another timeline. And this is a timeline where everything that he came to know as a regular school life is gone. Blink of an instant. He ends up with basically a normal life, and now he has the ever-daunting task of choosing life without Haruhi Suzumiya, or the chaotic life of an SOS Brigade member. Which will he choose? I don't know. You'll have to find out.
The good, the bad, and the dubbers.
Now, this movie has a wonderful array of characters and voices behind the characters. For instance, Haruhi Suzumiya is voiced by Wendy Lee, who was also Kiva in Megas XLR and Hotaru in Samurai Champloo. But Haruhi as a character is headstrong, brash, selfish, a bit naive, and a little bit innocent as well in some aspects if you look at him in certain ways. But most of all, she just wants to have fun and does not look at the consequences of her actions. And that makes for some interesting situations. Now, Kyon is voiced by Crispin Freeman, who is also known for Alucard in Hellsing and Hellsing Ultimate, Itachi in Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and he's also the voice of Turniphead in Howl's Moving Castle. Amazing film. But I digress. Kyon, the character, is just chill, he's a bit lazy. Sometimes he over-emotes his love or hate for something, but in essence, he's just a normal high schooler in abnormal circumstances. Now, Mikuru is voiced by Stephanie Sheh, who is also known for being the voice of Orihime from Bleach, and my favourite, Hinata Hyuga from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. But the character of Mikuru is very timid and very shy, and somewhat childlike. And Haruhi portrays her as the mascot of the SOS Brigade. Unfortunately, everything else about the character is sort of classified. Now, Yuki Nagato is voiced by Michelle Ruff, who is also the voice of Rukia from Bleach and Yoko from Gurren Lagann, one of my favorites. Now, the character of Yuki Nagato, though, is quite mysterious, and she's really, really quiet. She only answers questions with one-word answers, and she's like an alien computer, only sentient, and is very socially awkward. Now, Itsuki is voiced by former Black Power Ranger Johnny Young Bosch, who is also the voice of Vash the Stampede, Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach, and one of my personal favorites, Lelouch V. Britannia from Code Geass R1 and R2. But Itsuki as a character is also a very weird one. He's an Esper, but he's very effeminate, and he does everything he can to please Haruhi Suzumiya, to make sure the world does not get destroyed. But he's also very touchy-feely with Kion, and I don't know how I feel about that. Other than that, he seems like a standard type guy, not really talkative, but when he does talk, he's very helpful. Yeah, those are the characters. Now, my final thoughts on this anime are, I loved it. It's an amazing, heartwarming story, especially with the Christmas elements to it. And I urge you all to check this movie out. Unfortunately, for those of you who haven't seen the series, you might get a little bit lost in the plot. So if you're going to check this movie out, make sure you check the series out first. But unfortunately, that does make me affect my score. So I'm going to give this a 5, I mean a 6 out of 9. How about you, Konato? What are you going to rate it?
Over 9,000.
I'm 2.0, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Merry Christmas, one and all.